So how are you? I'm Michael Samuel teacher. Today we shall use keyboard shortcut only to type mathematical equations and expressions. You are a teacher of physics, teacher of mathematics, also you are a teacher of chemistry. Also you are a secretary, you normally type documents and other things. So this tutorial will be very important for you. So you're welcome and you can be able to start. So the area of interest, and that is the topic of interest, will be the first one. So we have matrices, then we have fractions. The other topic we shall look at decimals, and in this case we are talking about recurring decimals. Then the other topic of interest would be logarithms. Then we also have indices and powers. Then the other area of interest is the vectors. And then we have integration, and also we have equations, and in our case we include the linear equations, we have quadratic equations, we also have cubic equations. So all these we shall look at them, and we use shortcut key to write them. So we shall begin with the matrices. So let me cross space on it. So the first thing you shall do, Alt equal, then Control L to align it left. Then from there we shall do press the backslash key, then P matrix space. Then now I'm going to use the add symbol key and also the and symbol and add the red symbol. Now that's what we shall include rows and columns. Now I want to have perhaps a matrix of order 2 by 3. So in this case I have to write it there, and then we have 1, then separate 1 is used to separate the columns, then 2 and hand 3, so I'll have 3 columns. Then I advance to the next row, second row, I separate it with add symbol, then I enter 4 as the element separated by 5, then 6, then close the bracket as space. So these are matrix of order 2 by 3, row by column. Remember, matrix we specify it by row by column. So that is very important. So the same way we can also do with another one. So Alt equal. So I want to introduce a blank matrix, and in this case I have P matrix, and then as a bracket, then I have to. So this means I have 4 rows. Then I want 3 columns. So I'll use this, 2 of them, it is column minus 1. Then close the bracket and space. So you can be able to see what I have 4 by 3. Then in that case I can input the values, you know them 1, and then I use the right arrow key to advance to the next box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I have to include bracket, so advance to the first element, then press the right arrow key, then shift 9 to enter this opening bracket, then I advance to the last element, then I click the right arrow key, then I close the bracket under spacer. So that's how we go about matrices. So it starts easy. So you can either try to enter the blank matrices or enter each element one by one. So like this one, we can actually be able to do it, and let me just do it for you, and you'll be able to see how to go about it. So Alt equal, then backslash p matrix, bracket, open the bracket, then 1 and 2 and 3, then at 4 and 5 and 6, then at 7 and 8 and 9, at 10 and 11 and 12. Close the bracket, add space. So that's what we get. It is that easy, and you can be able to do it very well. Then we advance on to fractions, and in our case, sometimes in fractions you'll be able to get values like multiplication sign, division sign, which in most cases, if you check from the keyboard for multiplication sign, you can use that, but this will not look so professional. So there's a way we can do it. The same case applies with the forward slash key, which doesn't look elegant or professional when you are typing fractional questions. So I'll show you the easiest way possible. For multiplication, you can actually Alt equal to enter the equation edit box, equation editor, then backslash key and write times. That is the easiest way to type multiplication sign. Then for division, you do the same thing. You enter the equation editor, then backslash key, and then divide. So it is that easier. Now let us try to write now a fractional question. Maybe we have now Alt equal to enter the equation edit mode, then half, then times 3/4 this, then divide, then we have 7/4, then off, maybe 1 space 5/6 space. So it is that easier. You can incorporate other signs, plus, minus, they are available, so you have nothing to worry about. So maybe minus, then maybe 6/7. So it is that easy for you to type it. Then we can move on to decimal or recurring decimals. So in most cases you'll find that how will you be able to type maybe 0.333333. 3 is recurring, so we needed to have a dot at the top of 3 so that to show it is recurring, and so on. So how shall we do it? So first thing we do, alt equal to enter the equation editor, then 0 point, then we have 3, then dot, we press that. Then if I add another maybe number, maybe 3535 is repeating, you can always do the same thing, dot, space, space again. So it is that easier. So you can do for several numbers. So maybe I have 1 point and 5 is recurring, then dot, space, space again. Then you have again 0, maybe then I have 6, backslash e, then dot, space, space again. So it is that easier for you to write recurring decimal, the easiest way. Fine. Let us go to logarithm. So for logarithm, remember in everything we input the equation editor for easy typing of your work. So we have log base 10 space of 10 plus log of base 10 100 will be equal to, in this case, it will be equal to 3. So it is that easier for you to type log with any base. It doesn't matter. Let me try also another one. Log base 2 8 plus log base 2 will be 16, and so on. So it is that easier. Still under logarithm, something else which is very important, it is bar. Maybe you are writing a number like 2, this bar, then point 0146. So bar, meaning that this is the characteristic part which is negative. Maybe you're using mathematical table or calculator to find the logarithm of a number, and then you realize it has a negative, whereby you have to place bar at the top of that particular number. It is that easier. Just another one to try. Enter the equation editor, then maybe you have bar 3, so that's how you write it, backslash e, then write bar, space, space again. It enters automatically at the top, and then you can write any value that you have. So it is that easier. Then we have indices and the powers. Indices and the powers. See, this is also very easy. Enter the equation editor. Then maybe you have 2 raised to 3 times 3 raised to maybe 7 space. So you can be able to see it is that easy to deal with indices and also powers. So the choice is yours. Whenever you are trying to type, it is not actually nice. Remember, if I don't use the equation editor, if I try to write it like this, look how it will look like. So it won't look elegant or professional. So we need something which looks professional. So this is not professional and we don't recommend it. So we can be able to move on with the vectors. Now we get to vectors. How can you also be able to type vectors? It's much easier also. Maybe vector AB. So enter the equation editor, and then from there open the bracket A, B. this is a what? From A to B. I want to show with a vector sign. So whatever I'm going to do, then I backslash key and write vec space space again. That is it. It's much easier. Maybe another example. Enter the equation editor, then open the bracket, maybe P, Q, close the bracket, backslash key vec space space again. It is that easy. And for example, also you want the vector to have a curly sign below it. It's also easier to do with it. Now, take an example of this. It's still vector AB. So I have now enter the equation editor, then open the bracket, then A, B, close the bracket, backslash key, and then you write below. Then whatever you want to input, you indicate there. So that's what I want under space. So it is that easier. It is that easier. Hope that is great. Then finally, we can also move on and look at integration. For integration, how can we also be able to write it? Enter the equation editor, Control L to align it left. Then from there, whatever we shall going to do, backslash key, then int and space. You can space it. Then whatever you have now, you can be able to write maybe the equation that you have to integrate. It is that easier. So it is that easier. Also, if maybe it has some limits, lower and upper limit, how can you also be able to type it? So let me just show you on how you can also type it, assuming it is the same thing we have. So enter the equation editor and then open the bracket, enter the caret sign, then maybe 5, then the lower limit, maybe it is 0, then close the bracket and then enter this and space to do it. Now write whatever you have. Maybe you have x squared plus 2x plus 5, close the bracket, that is clear, then dx. It is that simple for you to also do for integration. Remember also, for more integration, I can also show you this. We have input I twice. You can see that is double integration. We have triple integration and so on and so on. So this for double integration. Then I can also try for triple integration. So backslash key I 3 times and t and space. So and so on and so on and so on. It is that easier. And finally we go to equation. So we have linear equation, quadratic and cubic equation. So let me just start with the linear equation, which is actually of the form y is equal to mx plus a constant. Also you can try this one, maybe the one which is x over a plus y over b is equal to 1 and so on. Finally, let me do for quadratic equation, which is also very important. You can enter it the easiest way. So backslash key and write quadratic and space, a space again. It is that easier. It is that easier. Also, if you don't put that, you can also try this and it will also work very well. Now, enter x will be equal to, open the bracket, minus b, then plus or minus space, then square root, space, open the bracket, b raised to 2, then minus 4ac, close the bracket, again, and all over 2a space. It's that simple, and that is elegant, and that is great. Finally, with the cubic equations, and that's where I will stop at. So enter the equation editor, and then y is equal to ax raised to 3 plus bx raised to 2 plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, d are constants. So I hope you have learned more about this. Was specifically mathematics. The next video I will show particularly on physics. Remember, they are related subjects. And finally, for chemistry, I will also show you something which is very, very nice when writing chemical equation, balanced chemical equation, and also reversible reaction. So thank you so much. See you in the next video.